We've got the management joining in right now. We've got Mithun Chand, who is the executive director of the company, who's speaking to us. Thank you so much, Mr. Chand, for taking the time. Would you say that there was a significant disruption on account of the second wave of the pandemic? And what, according to you, were the key highlights of the quarter gone by?
If you compare to the normal year, this year was a very tough year for the hybrid seed market. All the hybrid seed industry has been affected. Basically, the three crops contribute to the majority of the hybrid seed, when it's cotton, rice, and maize. All the three crops have been impacted. Hybrid seeds have been impacted this year. And more specifically, cotton is the one which got impacted a lot, and branded seeds to a larger extent. This time, most of the farmers have preferred to go for the varietal seed and an alternate crop. That's the reason we have seen a huge decline in the volumes of the hybrid seed market across. As a company, even for us, it was a very challenging quarter, and it was altogether a different quarter for us in the last 20 years of business. We have not seen that this is a very quarter like this, where there are a lot of uncertainty in terms of the farmers picking up the seed, or there are various factors which have affected the performance.
Could you also tell us, Mr. Chand, how Kaveri Seeds stands vis-a-vis the rest of your peers? Obviously, the industry as a whole has taken a bit of a battering. And given the current dynamics and the fact that you have the pandemic that has eased out just a little bit, what is the outlook going forward for the rest of the financial year?
If you take the monsoon as such, last year we had a very good rainfall. Even this year we are having a good rainfall. No doubt it has been delayed to some extent when compared to last year. But if you see as a whole, we can say the rainfall is, the monsoon is better and it's in line with the normal monsoon. But due to the second wave, some or the other in the entire channel, might be a sales staff, might be a dealer, might be a farmer, some of the near or dear have been impacted by the second wave. And due to government lockdown, even the movement of the farmers was low. And that's the reason the actual intake, the actually purchasing by coming out from the farmers end has been slightly impacted. Last year, when you compare to last year to this year, we thought that placement of this stock plays a very important role in the entire channel, because last time we have seen a lot of issues in terms of the logistic part because of lockdowns across states, and the movement was very restricted. So we have planned much earlier in terms of the placement of the stock, in terms of sending this stock to the desired places. But this time the farmer itself, he was a bit reluctant to come out and take the seed because most of the hybrid seed comes in the organized sector. So that has been slightly impacted.
Good morning, Mr. Chand. This is Cheryl also joining in the conversation. Let's talk about the domestic market, and let's help us understand that how are the key trends that you're seeing across the states, given that your company has geographical presence across India, and also if you could touch upon how the erratic monsoons will have an impact on your.
This time, if you see, the monsoon has been delayed, and so the cropping patterns have also been impacted, especially the cropping pattern of cotton. Cotton has given way to crops like groundnut, soya bean, and pulses. So that has impacted the cotton acreages a lot this year. And paddy has moved to the varietal paddy because of the delay monsoon and the erratic monsoons.
Right, now the cotton business volumes and revenue were down, and also showcasing the impact, while the non-cotton business has also shown some positive performance. So that's the snapshot that we understand. Could you help us understand how the volumes have fared in those two businesses?
Even if you see this year, as an industry, both cotton and non-cotton have been impacted. And most of the organized players have lost market share in both, not exactly the market share, but we can say to larger extent volumes, both in cotton and non-cotton crops. We are the only company with the good market shares have gained in non-cotton crops. If you see a non-cotton portfolio has grown by more than 15% compared to the previous year. We are down by 30% in terms of the revenues of cotton, but non-cotton business has done well, and our hybrids have been really accepted well in the rice. That is the reason we have grown at more than 40% when the industry has declined by more than 10%. So we are a bit, I mean to say, our hybrids have been accepted very well when compared to the other players, and we have increased market shares in both cotton, I mean to say both maize and rice across India. And I think we are the only organized sector with a huge market shares. I mean to say with the big market shares, I gained market share in most of the areas without without losing the volume. I mean to say by gaining the volume and gaining the market share.
All right, Mr. Chand, we leave it at there. Thank you for joining us on Buy Now Sell Now, talking about the quarter gone by and the way forward for your company. That was Mr. C. Mithun Chand of Kaveri Seeds. And on that note, we are totally out of time on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. From Alex, myself, and the team that put the show together, thank you for watching. But stay tuned, Markets at Noon coming up next.